How to fix a broken relationship. So I'll tell you a true story to actually narrate this. A father and son had a business together. The father's business, the son was helping him out in that business. It was a decent business, about 10 crores business they were doing annually. And the son was seeming very honest and very helpful. And the father was very proud of this son. My son is now, he's the one who will take over my business and build it from here. But the son somehow, got into bad company, whatever happened, some deceit came into his heart. So he said, I need money and I'm not getting enough money. So he made a plan. He forged the father's signatures, took it to the bank and drew a large sum of money out. I mean, large sum means really large, like in a 10 crore business, if you take out half the money, 5 crore, it's a very, very big amount. And the money was gone. They could not pay the lenders and the business just went bankrupt. The business closed. The father was completely broken and they started investigation what really happened. And the father was shocked even more when he realized that his own son had actually done this. But what does he do? I mean, being his son, he went through a lot of struggle internally. How do I deal with it? But then somebody gave him counsel. He's your son. You need to just get on with life, let it go. So with a heavy heart, but with a lot of conviction, he said, okay, I will forgive my son. Though I've lost everything, I'll build it up again, but I will forgive my son. So he forgave the son. So everything should be normal, right? But it was not. The son was forgiven, but he realized that he's still not able to face the father. The father has forgiven him, but he's trying to avoid the father, not sitting on the dining table with him, not making any calls to him. So this relationship was a forgiven relationship, but not a normal relationship. And one day, the son realized that something is not right. It's not the way our relationship used to be earlier. So he said, Dad, I think something is not right. I want to build our relationship the way it was earlier. Can we do it again? And that's where, not just forgiveness, but the journey of reconciliation started. They started building that relationship, building the trust. And the relationship went to a different level. That's what reconciliation is all about. So when that reconciliation happened between the father and the son, this reconciliation took them to just a different level. This 10 crore business became a 100 crore business because there was bonding and they were working together as one. So this is the blessing which is there in reconciliation. If we look at reconciliation as a whole, we generally talk about forgiveness, but it's not about forgiveness alone, it's reconciliation. What Jesus did on the cross, he paid the full price. So he gave forgiveness, but he also opened the way for us to be reconciled to God. And that is what he wants to do. When we come to God and when we believe on Jesus for the forgiveness of our sins, it's not just about forgiveness. It's about being restored to the relationship with God, our Father. That is the purpose of the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross. So if we really understand this sacrifice, we will be working for forgiveness and reconciliation. And when we understand this message, if you really understand this message, let's take it that way, you will also become that agent of reconciliation, where you will not only bring people to Jesus for saving their sins, but you will also be bringing closer to their God and Creator so that they have a restored relationship. When you start doing that, you will be a blessing to others. May God bless you.